Don't be asking how you sound. You should be asking how you look, because that is.
Hey, Drew, what am I? What am I? Hold on. What am I?
I don't know.
God.
Dancer.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm more of a prancer, to be fair.
Dancer, Dasher, Dancer, Donner, Blitzen, Cupid.
No, Comet and Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. Wait.
Blitzen.
Is it Blitzen? Because he's blitzed?
Blitzen. No.
Blitzen.
Because he's running a blitz package, baby. This is a football podcast.
Drunk. Hey, Drewski, happy holidays, Merry Chrysler, happy Hanukkah, all of the above.
Thank you so much. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I can name all of the Rudolphs, all of the reindeer.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? We're going to get sued because this is like right on. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, sue us, had a very... Okay, but actually the biggest point, so at the very, did you ever sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? And it was like, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. And then there was all like the dumb stuff the kids would say. Like a light bulb.
Yeah.
Okay, at the very end, it was, there was one quote at the end, and we would always say, like George Washington.
Uh-huh.
What'd you say? Because I feel like that's the most controversial. People always say something different.
For some reason, I'm thinking of, then this isn't it, but the Jingle Bells, but with the Batmobile. Remember that one? Jingle bells, Batman smells.
Robin laid an egg.
Yeah, that.
If you can't tell, Sports Swallows, we're in a very festive mood. I got mood. I have a reindeer onesie thing on, and Drew has what is it says? I forgot about this sweater. Welcome to the North Swole, and it's Santa drinking a protein shake.
Wait, look at the back.
He's drinking a protein shake. I can't see. Oh, he's just jacked. What? Is it his butt? Are you showing me his butt? Are you showing me your butt?
He's double cheeked up.
Please.
God, that was really hard to do.
Never refer to Santa as double cheeked up ever again.
Well, he is. He is. Also, it's raining outside.
I'm literally so jealous. It is supposed to be in the mid-60s all week in freaking Colorado while LA is getting the weather.
Should I move and show the camera to the window?
No, absolutely don't touch anything. Okay. I swear. But this happened. This happened last time I was in Colorado. LA got a huge rainstorm.
Really?
Yeah, and I texted you to close all the windows. What's the
I think they're all closed now too.
This is so great. I'm so happy I can trust you with the home if I'm gone for literally 7 days. Yeah, how has it been? How was Breck?
Breck's great. So I was gonna like tell you this just as like, roommates and all that stuff, but now I figured I would save it and put all of it out on the open on the podcast. So I'm letting you all in, Sportsballers. This is just like a private conversation between Des and I.
What is happening?
Recording. When you take Breck out at night, Des, you're going to have to be on top guard.
Wait,
why? Know why? There's coyotes in our neighborhood now. I've seen them twice at night, like right in the street. Coyotes. So.
No.
To be like kind of kidding, but also dead serious. Be careful when you take him out at night now.
Oh my God, but this is a huge thing. I don't know if you remember. I saw that big influencer. I can't remember what her name is, but she posted a video last year of a coyote getting into our backyard. But this is a little weird where we live. Where we live is very...
We're not going to tell you where we live.
No, we're not, because we got a lot of stalkers out there. But it's very city residential. There's lots of streets. There's no nature around us, because there is a coyote area more in like East Side, like Silver
East
Lake.
Side, or like
Los Feliz.
Los Feliz, so you all know we don't live there. And like in like the hills, like right by like Runyon.
Yeah,
and, like,
where there's like hills and nature. Like there's only cement around us. So I don't know where the hell these coyotes are going. That's actually really concerning.
But I've seen, and I think it's been the same, and I've seen the two twice. Like when I get out of my car at night, they're like right there, and they're not that afraid of me. So
I'm going to literally, oh my God, this is so great. Okay, cool. Amazing. Well, okay, so besides that wonderful news, how else has everything been?
Good. Actually, guess what this is, Des? Be right back. Hold on. It's going to take 2 seconds, I promise.
Can we sit in one place for recording? We have to start talking about, what is that?
Your Christmas present.
Oh boy. Oh, Drew got me a Christmas present. Are you going to tell me what it is?
No, of course not.
Oh, all right.
But
that's fine.
You guys have to see this.
Drew, can you please stay in one spot? I swear to God.
If there's any doubt that Des secretly kind of cares about me.
Oh.
Look at the coolest Christmas present on the history of the planet.
Oh my God. All right. Remember, we don't lean in when we yell, but that's okay.
Look at this thing. I can't. I'm like backed into a corner and
you
I
are
can't
backed
touch
in.
anything.
That is so
Look
true.
Look at this.
So audio platform. So Drew's holding up a Dolphins like bomber jacket. Like it's a varsity bomber jacket. And I got him for when the Dolphins play the Broncos next year. Well, and also to wear whenever. Pretty cool.
It's like the coolest Dolphins thing I've ever gotten. And that's
pretty
saying a lot.
cool.
And I love my family, but I've gotten a lot of Dolphins things, and this is up there with one of the coolest things I've ever gotten.
Wow. Oh my God, Drewski. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, there you go. Merry Chrysler.
Guys. All right. I'm buckling myself in. I'm not leaving the seat anymore. I'm sorry.
I know. Like, where is he going to go now? Where is he going to go? Anywhoozy. Well, obviously we're not in the same place. I'm in Colorado, and I feel like...
How's Colorado been?
It's been
Tell
hot.
Me everything.
It's been hot. It's been
so
fine.
Weird.
I know, dude. I know. It's been... I think it got to like 77 the other day, which is crazy. At least on the car it said that. It's been good. I'm chilling at the rent's house, the parents' house. Literally have barely any plans other than sitting my tushy down and singing Christmas carols and going to the Broncos game, which we'll get into.
What's your favorite Christmas carol?
Depends on the mood. Depends on the mood.
Okay.
I love the chestnuts roasting, that Christmas song. I love Step Into Christmas, Elton John. That's a nice one. I love Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but the Bruce Springsteen version. I love, you know what? I'm just naming literally every single Christmas song.
Santa Claus coming down.
It's so much more obvious when the audio spikes because my AirPods. I'm so sorry, guys. Ooh,
I saw this.
Man.
I saw this TikTok, and it like Des knows this about me, and people who know me know this about me. I don't know why, but I think sneezes are the funniest thing on the. I just always find sneezes funny. And it was this TikTok of like some streamer, and they're like streaming, you know, whatever the kids play these days, Fortnite or whatever. And it's him streaming, and one of his streaming partners sneezes into the microphone, but he sneezes so hard and so loud that the microphone just like spikes, distorts, and then cuts out. So you hear him like breathe in and like start the sneeze, and then it's just like, and then someone commented that he sneezed so hard he broke the fabric of space and time, and it's just so funny to me. So I imagine that when I just sang Bruce Springsteen's Christmas Carol, it was similar.
That felt like it. Yeah. It felt like it.
Put it in the book.
Put it in the book. Put it in the book. Anywho, that's basically all I got. Yeah, I'm just happy to be home for the week. And we have lots of sports stuff, specifically football sports stuff happening right now. Lots of really good games this week, really good games. But Drew and I are coming into this episode. You know, I can only actually speak for myself, but I'm a little down.
This is the first time since week 2 or 3 that both of us are not. Yeah, week 3 that neither of us are hanging out in the Winners Warehouse. Des and I have been 86. We've been kicked out, knocked to the curb, and neither of us were able to get in this week, which sucks. It does suck, but I'm sitting on the curb covered in dirt, and Des is like standing on the curb in like a nice gown, and I'm like looking at her, and I'm like, first time.
Still in the number 1 spot. Somehow. How the hell am I?
She's like looking around at all these like shitty teams, and she's like, how did I get here?
Ew. Okay. Also, my parents' dog loves this onesie. No, Sully, stop chewing on it, please. Thank you. Oh God, he's going at it. No.
Now I'm going to do what Des usually does for the audio audience. You just see every once in a while, like half of a little white head just jump into the frame. There he goes.
Stop, Sully. Stop. Okay.
But the good news is Sully, great listener. And the second Des says no, he really behaves and listens.
He just unplugged the light.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
I'm losing this. We can't record separate. Sully, I'm going to lose. Oh my God.
Do you know what I was thinking when I was like setting up, and I was like, you know, a lot of podcasts that I listen to are always like, all right, you know, whatever they call their listeners, we're gonna take a couple weeks off for Christmas and New Year's, and we'll see you in the new year. And
Sully,
we're not doing that. So for all you people that are like, I miss all of my other podcasts, Sportsballers are here to stay. We're working through holidays and jumping dogs.
Sully, you're going to Dad's office.
The irony is
no.
The irony is Des got mad at me for leaving all the time, and now I gotta hold it together. Des is gonna hate me for this. The one last thing that happened during my week is, there she goes. I've got a killer canker sore right now, man. I've got a really.
Why is this news to share on a podcast?
Oh, there she is. I forget that our headphones are still on, so she could hear everything I was saying.
Why would you? Oh my God, let's get into football.
I have a bad canky sore.
Okay, cool. Do you want to share your other health issues for the public too?
Don't health shame me.
I'm sorry for your canker sore. What do you want from me?
Nothing. Well, maybe the audience. You know what? Comment down below. When was the last time you had a canker sore? Season records. So, you know what's cool about this is I was realizing for a while, and by for a while, I mean 1 week, the Dolphins were 6-7. 6-7. Well, for all you Gen Zers out there, there's a number combination that millennials love, and it's this one right here, baby.
Yeah, 6 and 9. Wow.
Dolphins are 6 and 9. We can't have a winning record, right?
No.
We could go 9 and 9. We could have a 500 record.
I mean, yeah.
I got to do this for Dezel. And you know what? I find it's only fitting that these losing hands that have been touching the losers column pretty much all season are going to be touching the losers column for the Broncos. As you all are aware at this point, the Broncos unfortunately picked up their 3rd loss of the season.
Are you going to be doing this for me?
Huh?
Are you going to be doing the whole thing for me?
Oh, I guess I could just do it. I don't have to talk about it.
You could, but you can go ahead. Talk about my Broncos record. Go ahead. You want to do the Broncos segment as well, Drew?
No? Go ahead. Take it away, Des.
Everything's a disaster over here, including the Broncos. we just got our third loss. And literally, this is the most sad I've ever been about a Broncos L. Chargers loss was pretty hard. And what is familiar between the Chargers loss and the Jags loss? I was at both of them.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. In all seriousness, it's really eating Des up. It's really messing with her head.
Drew understands. It's so funny. He FaceTimed me back yesterday because I FaceTimed him about something else, and then FaceTimed me a couple hours later. I was like, you know what? Thank God you did, because I was spiraling. I was spiraling. I was reading so many DMs, and I posted yesterday. I was going through dozens of DMs of you guys telling me not to go. I think I easily got over 60 DMs all saying don't go to the game. That's not even including comments. Yeah, and then I posted that, and more people were like, yeah, don't go to the game. So I think I easily got over 100 DMs of that exact statement. And you guys, I don't know if you know this about me. I'm not just a casual fan. This loss means more to me than it does the Denver Broncos, because what does that mean about my presence at Broncos games? I'll do anything for the Broncos, including not going to the game. So it's really eating me up.
Well, thank you.
It's really eating me up.
Des, thank you for sharing. And
thank you so much.
For you.
Yeah.
And for all of the people that, and you know what's crazy? A DM is hard, more work than a comment. You have to go and
well, they just respond to my story. And a lot of them are in jest. There was 2 that were I'm blocking you. I don't care. If you say one mean thing, even if it didn't mean to be mean, no, block. You are not disturbing my peace. It's already disturbed enough. And most of them were in jest. It was just oh no, maybe you shouldn't go, LOL. And I was no, I'm on the ledge. I'm on the ledge, guys. 6 feet down.
Because she's close to the edge.
But what is that Creed song? Home now.
What do you mean, what is that Creed song? It's one of your favorite songs in the world.
Edge, and I'm thinking... That's me right now. That Creed song, that is currently me. Maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. All right?
Okay.
We're gonna get past this, because we're gonna talk about something a little bit more light, and that is the Dolphins.
So, let me set the stage. The time has finally come.
Oh.
Our whatever you want to call him, starting quarterback, Tua, no longer's got the rock. We talk about the rock a lot. The rock
we haven't
has been
talked
passed.
about since this. Oh my God.
I know.
Oh, big stuff.
So, in typical Sportsball fashion, Des and I stopped recording last week, and then about 2 seconds later, the news came out that Tua will be benched.
Mm-hmm.
So the depth chart read, for most of the season, Tua Tagovailoa, Zach Wilson, and Quinn Ewers. So Tua got benched. So obviously, Quinn Ewers becomes our starting quarterback, and Zach Wilson is kind of left in the middle going, WTF? So they just did a little swap-de-doo. So Tua became the third string emergency quarterback. Zach Wilson was the backup, and Quinn Ewers got his first start of the NFL season of his career.
Crazy stuff.
Someone's delivering a package. So it went fine. Much like the Dolphins-Steelers game, it started off, pretty close. Did you watch any of the game, Des, or were you unable to?
So I was at the game, right? We sort of said that. I FaceTimed Drew to say hello to some of our friends. Hi, Amber and Johnny. And I was like, oh, what games are you watching this morning? What's on the slate? We have Chargers versus Cowboys important to us. Bills versus Browns important to us. And they looked at me in so much disgust. And I was like, what's happening right now? I completely forgot that the Dolphins kept playing football.
That's really mean. That's really mean.
Completely forgot they had a slate of games. They still have 3 more to go. 2 more.
Yep. They have
2
nothing
more
to play for, but they are still forced to go out there every week and play
NFL
football
team.
games.
Yeah, so I did not know.
That's fine. So it started off relatively fine. Like we were back and forth. Devon Achane had another rushing touchdown. We were looking, we were keeping our own with the Bengals. We were holding them. I think the Bengals started with the ball, and we sacked them and held for a couple 3-and-outs. And then there was a pivotal moment that happened in the game. And one of our rookies, I think it was Malik Washington, was called for offensive pass interference while running a route that was not pass interference. Anyone ever, we had Achane. It led to like a 35-yard little drop pass to Achane, and it got called back. And Mike McDaniel was losing his mind. Kept saying like that's a legal play, that's not a penalty. And both the commentators were saying that. They did the whole, Dean Blandino came on and was like, that's not a penalty. It wasn't a penalty. It was a really unfortunate call. So it pushed us back. It was like 3rd and 15. And I was going to use a quote that they say in a lot of, sports situations, but definitely Riley Moss said it 2 weeks ago when he got called for that pass interference penalty against the Packers and then got a pick later on in the game and said, ball don't lie.
Ball doesn't lie.
What that means is if there's a bad call, the football gods and the ball will correct it. So 3rd and 15, Quinn Ewers drops back, and who does he find, Des? Greg MF and Dulcich.
Greg Dulcich!
And I go, and he runs straight down the middle, first down. And I'm like, ball don't lie. And guess what the ball did? Got popped right out of Greg Dulcich's hands, fumble, Bengals recover, proceed to score, and the game was off and running after that. It was really, really bad. The Bengals won 45-21. We scored a couple garbage points. Quinn Ewers was 20 for 30 for 260 yards with an average of 8.7. It's not bad. He had 2 interceptions.
For a first start.
He had a couple there was one really bad interception, and then the other one was not great. But it was his first start, and he seemed decisive. He's got an arm. He's got a chooch. But there were some frustrating parts. Yeah. In sports circles, it's called a chooch. Typically,
I'm in a sports circle, and I've never heard a chooch.
Well, it's like it's typically like baseball. Like that man's got a chooch.
I don't know.
Look it up.
For those outside of the sports circle, it sounds a little bit peculiar, dare I say.
Why? What does it sound like, Des?
Just chooch.
So,
put it together.
So yeah, I mean, he looked good. I think I was happy with what I saw, at least for the I want to see a couple more games. We've got the Bucks coming up.
Get to see a couple more games, Drew. So I think
I know, but there were some people that were like, okay, is Tua going to play again? Is he going to try Zach Wilson? Like, I want to just see Ewers for the rest of the season. Okay. So anyway, I was happy with his performance. I mean, if it was like a normal season and I needed this like game, I wouldn't have been happy. But with everything surrounding the Dolphins and the quarterback play and what I had to watch all season with Tua, I was happy with his performance. Devon Achane, Pro Bowler Devon Achane.
Wow, you got a Pro Bowl.
One.
You got one Pro Bowl nod.
Correct? Oh, no. Baseball, you have to have one player from each team in the All-Star game. Football, you don't have to. So
no, you don't have to.
We got one Pro Bowler. We got a couple alternates. Jordan Brooks got snubbed. Man leads the league in tackles. Phenomenal player, and he got snubbed. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're not talking about the Pro Bowl. Okay. We're talking about the game that I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. But I think, overall, honestly, the biggest thing that I want to talk about this game real quick is not about the game at all. It's the news that came out several days before the game stating that the Dolphins back in 2020, before we even drafted Tua Tagovailoa, before any of this craziness happened, Back in the 2020 draft, we had the fifth overall pick, and the Cincinnati Bengals had the first pick. And at that point, it was pretty much unanimous that Joe Burrow, Heisman winner and college championship winner, Joe Burrow, was going to be the number one pick. And the Dolphins offered the Bengals 4 first-round future picks for the number one pick in the 2020 draft to most likely select Joe Burrow.
Oh,
and
my God.
I know. And there's a lot of Dolphins fans that are like, oh my God, we could have had Joe Burrow. Oh my God, this and that, blah, 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 blah. I realize that what I'm about to say just proves that I'll be stuck in perpetual Dolphin hell for the rest of my life. If we would have done that and the Bengals would have said yes and we would have gotten Joe Burrow with the first number one pick, something tells me I would be sitting in this exact same place and they'd be like, the Dolphins bench Joe Burrow after a horrible season and are looking at Quinn Ewers. Just like it, the Dolphins would find a way to screw this up too.
Wild statement. I don't know, man. I feel like the number one thing that has been screwing you guys is your quarterback. You disagree?
Right. No. I agree completely. But what I'm saying is the system, the franchise, the company of the Miami Dolphins has been so messed up for so long. Our GM is an idiot. Well, he's fired now, but had made a bunch of horrible things. Even the fact that we went for this, there was some people saying like that year we had one of the worst teams like on paper. And so now you're going to get rid of 4 future first round picks to get Joe Burrow, who has been a good quarterback, but even for the Bengals, he's been hurt a lot. So there's that possibility that he would have been hurt. And now we have no first round picks in the next 4 years to continue to make our team better. Your team can only be as good as your quarterback can only be as good as the team around him, you know? So I still don't know if it would have worked. It didn't work either way because here we are. But I found that interesting. I found that very, very interesting.
Very interesting. I just disagree that I don't think you guys would be in the exact same spot. It's the butterfly effect, right? It's like if this didn't happen, then this would happen.
To those who don't know.
Exactly. It's the butterfly effect. So I think that I don't think you would have been in the same place. I think 4 first round picks, that is insane. If you guys did that, I would have been like, ooh, worst trade ever for one player. Yes. But if somehow all the cards aligned and Joe Burrow was your quarterback, I think the Dolphins would be in a different position. But then it's also like you can argue Joe Burrow, he's one of the best to do it, but is he the best to do it because he has his wide receivers like with Jamar Chase? Like you don't know, you know? I mean, you do know he's good. I think he'd be good with whomever, but I think some of the magic comes from his wide receivers as well.
God, and the bummer is that the Dolphins, I mean, at least last year had, you know, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Could you imagine what Joe Burrow would look like with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Devon Achane?
Yeah, because we saw that on the Bengals. But let's just imagine it, you know? Just imagine it.
Talk about the Broncos. I'm going to think about this for the next 45 minutes.
I know. My question about the Dolphins, because we're going to move on quickly, right? I am curious, has there been anything else that's come out about Tua? Has there been more confirmation about him not coming back, his contract? Like,
no,
any other rumblings?
That's been pretty hush-hush. Here's one thing I did want to talk about. Thank you for reminding me, Des.
Oh boy.
There was a couple things that came out. We didn't talk about this after the Steelers game, but there was footage that came out of Tua just chopping it up, cutting it up with Jalen Ramsey after the game, like way after the game. Like this is pads are off.
Yeah, and for the uninitiated, this was last week's game, and this was Jalen Ramsey was on the Dolphins for years. So Tua knows Jalen from his team.
Yeah. So last year, Jalen Ramsey was on the Dolphins. I think it was for 2 years, at least 2 years. Yeah. What are you doing? There's like a clicking noise that keeps happening on your end. Nothing. It looks like you're like shaking your knee or something.
Oh my God. Finish your story.
No, it was a genuine question. It's fine. So anyway, their teammates, they're hanging out, they're chatting. This is to give some context after Tua has played his worst season of his career, one of his worst games of his career. They lost. They were officially eliminated from the playoffs. And unless Tua was like Chris Jones on the Chiefs, he knew that. So he knows all these things. And he's a front public facing person. Tua was chatting it up and laughing like, gotta walk away from the conversation. I'm laughing so hard. Belly laugh. Man, that's so funny. Having the time of his life. And a lot of people were saying it's a bad look for your starting quarterback, you know? And so I kind of went back and forth on that. The other thing that I wanted to say is the last thing is kind of on that same note. I was watching Tua during this game, and you got to have a fine line, right? Quinn Ewers had some phenomenal plays. Devon Achane had some great plays, and they would show Tua sometimes on the sidelines, and he was cheering, super stoked, being a supportive teammate. And I get that, and I want that. I wouldn't want him pouting on the sidelines. But he was really enthusiastic and like super happy. And like, this isn't a quarterback that's, not playing because he's got an injury. This is a quarterback who's not playing because his team and his coach don't think he gives them the best chance to win. And he was, I know I'm asking an impossible question of my quarterback, but I need the perfect amount of enthusiasm and the perfect amount of like, I got to do better and I'm not happy with where I am. And Tua seemed to be incredibly happy on the sidelines as a third string quarterback. And
I think you're talking about two different things. You're talking about two different things right now. We started with the Jalen Ramsey clip. I think that's one topic. And then I think this is another topic, right? You and I sort of talked about that Jalen Ramsey clip. And it's like, was he a little too chummy after losing an awful game? Like, maybe like talk it up with Jalen Ramsey. Like when you're not in front of the cameras, when there's no one around, like it's not a good look. Not saying you can't be happy after a loss, but my man, you just lost your career starting role. And I think, but that take with what you just said, if he was pouting on the sidelines, that means he wouldn't be a good sport and he's not supporting his now starting QB and he's not supporting his team. But if he's 100. Happy, then he's too happy because he's not being serious. I would rather him be happy and supporting his team than pouting. Like, I think I see what you're saying, but I feel like that's an impossible task to ask of a player.
And I did say I'm putting him in a tough position and I'm asking an impossible thing of him. Some of it I'm doing the like sports talk thing, but I'm saying there's a perfect amount. There's a Goldilocks zone of happiness and frustration I want from him. And I don't even know what it looks like. I'm asking him to show me something that I don't even know what it looks like. But
what does it look like?
I know what it does. I know what it doesn't look like, and it's what I saw a couple times when the cameras cut his way. So Tua, got my eye on you. Just show me what I don't know I want to see. Okay? Do me that.
If you're ever thinking, God, I really want to win Drew's love and affection again, it's not going to happen. It's that boat has officially sailed, especially because you were too happy this last game.
You're gonna think about the times that we had and what could have been, and you're gonna be sad, and you're gonna be looking at that DM I sent you all those years ago and just be like, God, I remember when Drew was madly in love with me. Broncos.
Great. Amazing. And the Dolphins lost. Okay. Well, who else lost? It's the GDDBs. And man, this was a brutal game to lose. And I said in my prep video on Dummy, I thought about this game like, listen, the Jags, they are good. And I think it's very hard for a lot of NFL fans to wrap their minds around because like if you think about some of the teams that have had a turnaround this year, it's the Bears, it's the Jags, and somewhat of the Patriots, even though they have a dynasty of being good, but they all got new head coaches and bada bing, bada boom, look at them go. And I think the Jags have been struggling for such a long time. It didn't make sense that this would be a game to be scared of. Now, after winning that Packers game, I sat there and I said, oh no, I'm in danger, because here I am going to the Jags game and we need to lose a game. We do. You don't want to go into the postseason with an undefeated, like just a massive win streak. It's just not good, because you need to taste that so that you get a little bit of the hunger back. And I was listening to a podcast about this game, and it's really interesting because now the Broncos are now the hunted instead of hunting. For instance, the Jags, this was a huge win for the Jags. They just beat the number 1 seed, the Denver Broncos. Whereas if the Broncos won, don't get me wrong, that locker room probably would have been hype and ready to go, but it would have been another win. And pat on the back, let's go into Arrowhead this week and get ourselves a dub. Let's go after it. So it needed to happen, but it just sucks. I would have so much rather have lost to the Packers than the Jags, because everyone's saying that they're like, we needed this. We're still fine. Everything's going to be okay. You guys are, guess what? You're wrong. Because this is, and then we'll get into the game, but I'm just talking playoff picture right now, right? So the Jags actually have a shot at the number 1 seed. They have a shot. And you know how they're going to get this shot. They win their next 2 games. The next 2 games being the Colts, who just got eliminated from playoff contention, and the Titans. They need to win those 2 games. Okay, so that's
the mighty Titans who just annihilated the Chiefs. Look out for the Titans.
The Super Bowl Chiefs. Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So they need to win that. The Broncos need to lose one of their last 2. We're going into Arrowhead against a third-string Chiefs quarterback. Man, I hope we win that one. I really, really do. And then we play the Chargers. That's going to be a tough game. And if we lose one of those 2, that's another thing that's good for the Jags. And then the Patriots need to lose one of their last 2. And the Patriots play the Jets and then the Dolphins. So that's going to be a little bit harder. So it's not impossible. It would have been so much better for us to lose against the Packers. And like, what an epic game. But everyone's saying, it's fine. We're going to be fine. No, we're not. No, we're not. Now we have to play until week 18. If we won this game and we won in Arrowhead, great. AFC West, ours. The number 1 spot, ours. Now we are going to the final game, week 18, against the Chargers, who already beat us. Granted, it's going to be at home. I just don't think, I think a lot of people were trying to talk me off the ledge that I've been on.
You're talking yourself right back to the
edge.
And
because I understand that, I don't think people are comprehending this is a much bigger loss than I think we understand. And it's easy to say it's not, because we're still the number 1 seed.
It was a tough loss in and of itself, but it was a tough week for the Sunday.
Yes. So we needed we needed the Chargers and Cowboys played. We need the Chargers to lose. They won. The Bills and Browns played. The Browns, holy cow, almost pulled it out.
It was really close.
Yeah. The Bills won. Didn't need that. Sunday night, the Patriots played the Ravens. We needed the Patriots to lose.
Ravens had it for almost the whole game.
The Patriots won. Literally, all we needed to do was win, and those 3 teams to lose, and everything went against us. Everything
It was a rough Sunday for the Broncos.
It was a rough week for the Denver Broncos. So I say all that with a playoff picture. It's not as good as I think we all are just like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Cheer up. It's fine. It's not that bad of a loss.
Who is that? Whose voice is that?
It's because you were there, Des. It's why we lost.
Ed!
Oh, you see him? He can't hear you.
In the camera.
Dad, you're on the camera.
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's catching you. Oh, he's waving. Hello.
Ed. Well, now he's waving off the camera.
He's waving off. I know. He can't hear you, Drew.
I was saying it for the audio audience. Okay.
So the biggest question was, did the Broncos need this win? A lot of people said no, we needed a loss. Yes, I get it, but any loss, it would have been better against the Packers, against the NFC team.
But also, a lot of the people that were like, you know what, we needed this loss. That's like someone saying, you know what, you can't fire me, I quit. Like, but when you walk into that meeting, no one's planning on that. Like, no one's going into this game, a Broncos fan, being like, you know what, we need to lose this game. We need to get punched in the mouth. We need to, get reset. No, you're looking at the positives after the fact, but no one's going into this game saying we need to lose it.
Yeah, I think it's awful. And like Trevor Lawrence, I'll say this piece and then I'll end with a compliment. Okay. All right. Okay. Just like Sean Payton said his piece and then he said it was a compliment. This is what I'm going to say about Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, you've seen Shrek 2, right?
Uh-huh.
He reminds me exactly of Prince Charming, right? With the long Goldilocks hair or Easter Island. You know those little things on Easter Island, those little statues? That's what he also looks like.
He does have an elongated facial structure.
Yes. Or closest to like a pineapple. Okay, put all of those things together, and I think that's what Trevor Lawrence looks like. All right? With all that being said, it doesn't matter what you look like, it's how you play. Is what they say in sports.
He played really well.
And he played really well. And I just can't not see Easter Island when I look at him. But moving on, he was so good. He had 14 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the last 4 games. We almost intercepted him, and then we didn't because we are the team of almost as far as like that turnover battle.
Well, and there's really one player that I think exists above all in that almost. Like, I love Hoof. Hoof.
Talanoa.
But Talanoa Hufanga is the king of almost picking off balls.
Dude, oh God, and we'll get into the Pro Bowl nods here in a sec, but I mean, I agree. That's a good argument. Like, of course, we want him to actually intercept so we can turn the ball over, but if he's getting that close, at least that means that we're stopping the play. I don't know. I'm trying to find a silver lining.
No, that's a silver lining because you always like, and even like you see players are like, they're so close, but they're like, you know what? It's still a defensive play. Like you're still defending a pass. It's a stat. That's a pass defended. But like he does it a lot. He's close to like catching the ball a lot. So that's just one thing I've noticed.
Yeah, but he's one of the top players, should have gotten a Pro Bowl nod. Technically, he's third or second alternate, I believe, which is second runner-up. Pro Bowl, for those who don't know, fans vote on this. So he was voted on, and actually the Broncos had the second most votes in the NFL, which is, hell yeah, Broncos country, way to show up. Anywhoosie. So Bo threw over 300 passing yards in the second game in a row. He became the 4th quarterback in NFL history with 700 plus completions in his first 2 seasons in the NFL. So he joins the likes of Justin Herbert, killer quarterback. Guess what? Trevor Lawrence. Hey, nice to see you, bud. And freaking Kyler Murray. So that's cool. 4th quarterback in NFL history. That's neat. And at the end of the day, you never want to be this fan. But you know what? I'm jaded and I'm scarred, so I will be. The refs cost us that game. They did. I said it when we played the Colts, and it's a cheap take, but I'm feeling cheap this Christmas. Merry Christmas, you refs, because we had 6 penalties for 61 yards. The Jags had 2 penalties for 20 yards, okay? And you might be like, okay, well, they still got penalized. I was there, and I saw, what is it, the clock when the quarterback watches? Just the countdown clock, the play clock.
The play clock.
Sure. I saw it go to 0 twice, and the ball was not snapped. The ball wasn't snapped. No delay of game.
It's this annoying thing that they talk about sometimes, and they always say it, and they're always like, well, this is how the refs execute that penalty or not penalty. And I'm like, okay, well, they need to figure out a different way to do it because the way they're doing it is not
pissing me off.
Because
it's pissing me off.
There's one ref that will look at it and all they're doing is watching the ball. And then if the ball, No, sorry. They're watching the clock. That's all they're doing is watching the clock. Then as the clock hits 0, they will then turn to look if the ball is snapped. And if the ball still isn't snapped in that half second it takes for the ref to turn and look at the ball, there is a gap in between that where the player and the center can snap the ball. And they've talked about it a lot on broadcasts. I've heard them. There's this sweet zone where while the ref is looking, they can snap the ball. And if by the time the ref looks, the ball is snapped, then it's okay. And that's not the rule. The rule is you have to snap the ball by the time so they have to fix that. They're not going to because
So you're saying the ref took that long to turn and look at the ball?
I'm saying, yeah, the old man Jenkins, referee, has got to get a chiropractor or something because his neck is not turning at the right speed.
Okay, well that's so cool. Thank you for that information. I'm spiraling. I'm off the edge.
I thought that was helpful.
It's cool to learn, but like call it right. Like we're watching the fact that I can see the clock and the quarterback, and I see as someone who is so far up north in the stands, and I can see the clock just hit 0. The ball is still with the center. Do a flag. The reason why Empower Field has been so hard to win in since 2024 is because of the sound of the crowd. And that's why you get delay of game, because the quarterback or the center, there's miscommunication typically. And a lot of times they're saying snap, 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 and the center can't hear. And that's why a lot of times the crowd is considered the 12th man on the field. And we have been showing up. They have been saying, refs have literally been saying this year at Empower Field is the loudest they've heard at a stadium in a very long time, any stadium in the NFL. So it's just annoying that yes, thank you, Drew, for saying that. I'm being an incredibly sore loser right now, so I'm holding myself accountable. And like the only other thing that like it was so infuriating because we had a passing the rougher on Trevor Lawrence that was the most gorgeous hit I've ever.
You said passing the rougher.
Oop, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
Copy. Yes, you're so right. Thank you for checking me. But it was the most gorgeous hit I've ever seen. It was no. Why are you showing your eyes like that?
No, like he got obliterated.
Yeah,
but like
and
legally.
I shouldn't say gorgeous. Legally, it was a very legal, perfect hit. No helmet to helmet. It wasn't too low. He was protecting, and it's weird to say protecting the quarterback because you're literally sacking him to the ground. But
he was doing it exactly in the minute window that they're allowed to hit the quarterbacks now.
Which is so frustrating. And it's like, play ball. I get it, player safety, and that's a whole other road we'll go down. But Bo got hit another time, and it looked bad. And it was not a perfect, gorgeous hit, and there was no flag. There were just a lot of plays missed.
What was frustrating about that roughing the passer, and I actually like calling it passing the rougher. I think that's fucking hysterical. So, but what was frustrating about that from the watching it at home. So do you know what happened like specifically during that play? And I'm only asking because I've gone to games with you and both of us. No, you don't know as much.
It's hard. It's very hard. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Break it down for me.
So the reason that happened, he didn't get called for roughing the passer. Technically got called for unnecessary roughness because the Jags were called for a false start. So it blew the play dead. So the play was dead. And then who was it that tackled him? Do you remember?
Malcolm Roach.
Malcolm Roach hit Trevor Lawrence, but the play was dead. This is the detriment of how loud it is in Empower Field. No one on the field could hear the whistles blowing the play dead. Trevor Lawrence did, and that's why he gave up and stopped trying, which is why that hit looked even worse because he wasn't guarding himself. But so many of the other players, not just Malcolm Roach, were still going through with the play. And so it's hard because, like, yes, technically the play was dead and he still continued to play through the whistle. But I don't know. You have to look at it and be like, even I think one of the refs was still going through with it as if it was happening. So like it was this weird thing that the volume of Mile High, of Empower Field at Mile High, was affecting the Broncos players too, because he couldn't hear the play was called dead. So it was just a weird freak play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird because in the stats it says roughing the passer.
Huh.
So I don't
guess
know.
Maybe it still is.
Whatever. Either way, it was an insane. If it was after the play, then so be it. The point is there was a lot of questionable missed calls and questionable calls. And this is one of the first games I've had in a long time where I was like, ooh, I didn't like the refs. I didn't like the refs calls. And I'm going to say it. And
they were bad.
I'm going to try not to say it again because I don't like being that fan. And I got to move on. We are going past time. Last thing. So Sean Payton, he was asked about the Jags when coming into this game and his take on it. And he goes, they're doing really great for a small market team, yada, yada, yada. Liam Cohen, the Jags head coach, was like, after the win, was like, well, I think we did pretty great for a small market team. So now a lot of people are like, well, Sean Payton was talking shit because he called him a small market team. And all he was saying was, do you know a single Jags fan? Actually, we know one. You and I know one single Jags fan. Mm-hmm. And the thing is like, and I'm not saying this as a diss and it's going to be counted as a diss. They just don't exist because it is a small market team. It's a newer team. A lot of times when there's newer teams, you're going to have more Packers fans than you will have Jags fans. Sean Payton was saying it as a compliment by saying, and he even confirmed this, by saying not enough people are watching what the Jags are putting up just because they're just not talked about enough. That's all he was saying. So Jags fans have been in my DMs and in my comments, and I need you to stop because you guys need to know what you're talking about and also who you're talking to who. That's exactly what I should tell them. That's exactly. I'm livid. But you know what I'm not livid about is I got to go on the field after the game.
This was awesome. This was so cool.
It was pretty cool. So Drew was curious. Yeah. We have each other's location, and he was like, I'm curious if she's having another little line scooter debacle after the game.
Because for anyone who didn't listen, when Des and I went to the Chiefs game, it took us 8 years to leave the stadium, and then we decided to get Lime scooters, which turned into Lime bikes. Electric rental bikes. It took us forever to get out of the stadium. So I was curious. Yes. I was like, oh, I wonder, the game's been over for a minute. Let me see where Des is, if she's at a bar or whatever. So I get on Find My Friends, and Des's little icon is literally like almost in the middle of the field. And I was like, oh, that's funny. There's a lot of people there. The app's glitching. So I take a screenshot of it and I send it to Des and I go, how'd you get on the field? Completely assuming that I would be kidding. Des, take it away.
I FaceTime him and yep, I'm on the field. I was very lucky. One of my friends, JJ, who I met through BFD, he had field access. So I got to go down and not only touch grass, as they say, but I also got to be around a lot of the Broncos players down there. And one thing I told my parents about this whole experience is like, I think living in LA, you get a little bit more desensitized to seeing people that you've seen on TV or whatnot. And I also 100%. I'm very hesitant to go up to any players. Like Garrett Bowles was down there. Tim Patrick, I completely forgot. Oh yeah, he plays for the Jags. So saw them chopping it up. Jarrett Stidham, that handsome Studham, I should say. PJ Locke was down there. There was a handsome man. There was a lot of players down there. So it was really cool to see them around their family. And I was on FaceTime with Drew and I looked up and I was like, oh my God, there's Quinn Miners. And Quinn is the only Broncos player that follows Broncos for Dummies. And we've had a slight rapport, DM back and forth. And I was like, oh God, this is going to be the one player I will say hi to. So eventually then, and this is a Sportsball exclusive. I'm not going to tell dummies this, by the way, this specific story.
Sure.
So my friend JJ, he sees Quinn Miners. I'm on the phone with Drew. So JJ goes and he's going to try and get a picture with Quinn. I'm standing there and Drew's like, you have to say just hello. That's all you got to say. And I was like, oh God, I just hate bugging people, whatever. Anyways, JJ yells at me from across the way because no one's there to take his picture. So he goes, Des, can you take our picture? I was like, yeah, for sure. I take the phone and Quinn Miners goes, oh, Broncos for Dummies. I was like, yeah. Hey, man, it's nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Which was pretty cool. Pretty stoked on that little tidbit story. He was a super nice guy. I think I was as tall as his belly button.
I was going to say,
Drew has always said,
massive.
The players are so tall, tall, so big. So that was pretty cool. And then we also got to go. We had to walk out of the tunnel. So where all the players walk in, typically when they get their fit checks, we couldn't go back up into. We had to walk out the tunnel. So I was walking out, and all the people where we were. When we were watching, when we went for the Chiefs game on the barricades, being like, hey, Nick Bonito, you're so hot. I was now the person walking out of the tunnel.
Were there people there waiting to see players?
Yeah. I have a video of Talanoa Hufanga walking out after me. And I literally was like, guys, stop yelling for me. This is so embarrassing. Guys, it's
Broncos for dummies. Broncos for dummies.
Guys, stop. So that was a pretty cool, even though there was an L, there was a dub on the field, and that dub was me touching grass with the other players. So that was my
perspective, Desiree.
Thank you so much. Trying to find silver lining. So that was my Broncos experience, you guys. And you know what? There's always this week, as they say. And this week we head into Arrowhead, and we will talk about that in just a sec in the league cash up. But we are moving on to our comment section. Guys, we only have one more episode that we're going to read comments.
Yep.
Because we said till the end of the year.
This is the one where you got just bombard us. Blast that comment section.
Smash
that like button.
Yes. Because we want to get to 25 on Apple Podcasts, and we're at 15. So guys, pick it up. Sorry, Drew said I need to be nicer about this, and I don't know how to when I'm in this.
Well, I think
of mind.
We have to thank the people that already are,
Thank you.
and then kindly encourage the people that haven't done it yet.
Thank you. This is a good yin yang. You guys, this
good
is
cop,
it.
Good cop, bad cop, right here.
Yeah. So on Spotify, Cian. Sure. I lost in fantasy this week. Ooh, we have a lot of friends losing. It's not good. I lost in fantasy this week because Tua couldn't throw the damn ball to Devon Achane. I think I understand what it's like to be a Dolphins fan now. # go Broncos. But this comment, do you think Tua is on his team or Devon?
No,
probably
when
Achane.
I initially read it, I was like, my guy, you have no one to blame but yourself for making Tua your fantasy quarterback.
Achane.
And then I was like, oh no, you have Devon, which like that makes complete sense. Couple things. Love the comment. Love the listen. Now I'm going to go completely opposite of what I was telling Des earlier. No, you don't. You have no idea what it's like to be a Dolphins fan. Do not come at me with that. You had one game where it kind of hurt your fantasy. You don't know. Love you so much.
Drew,
thanks for the listen.
You can come over anytime to the bright side of life. EPIM 3000. Love Sportsball. You guys are super awesome. Thank you. TYSM.
I'll do one and then Des will read the last one. So this was on Apple Podcasts. They left a review and just said, it's great. Like that's because on Apple Podcasts, you can have like a title and then the actual review. So the review is, it's great. This is from C Vols 08. Truly a great podcast. Honestly, look forward to each week and listen to each episode 3 times a week to show love on each platform.
Oh my God.
C Vols 08.
Seables.
Listen, all of our children are our favorite, but you might be our favorite. That is,
you might. I think we have a new favorite.
Thank you so much. Drew and Des are great together, and there isn't an episode that I don't cackle at least once.
Oh my God. Thank you.
We're here for all the cackles.
Much.
Come cackle away. That is so sweet. Genuinely.
That is so sweet. I genuinely feel bad that you have to listen to Drew 3 times a week, but that's impressive.
Every once in a while, I can see the strays coming, and that one caught me completely off guard.
Completely off guard.
Complete blind shot. Jesus.
All right, our YouTube comment. This one made a girl tear up. That's for sure. It's from Meg in 23. Truly love this podcast. Nobody else in my life cares about or keeps up with football, but I'm a diehard Giants fan. Actually, shout out to you guys for healing my relationship with the Broncos after that game. Holy cow. Because we are also Giants stans. We are Jackson Dart. I just love the story of what's happening over there. I love y'all so much that I suppose I forgive the Broncos for simply being the better team. I get it. And that's impressive that you've been to that point because I don't know if I could have gotten there. But seriously.
Also, no, you go, Des.
Okay. But seriously, I lost my mom earlier this year and she was my football buddy. I only discovered this podcast this week, but I've already binged the first half of the season and will continue watching. Like I said, I'm sorry for listening to Drew that much. Feels like watching with friends. Thank you guys. Seriously, thank you so much. This warms. Like, I remember we both saw this and our heart grew 3 times bigger this holiday season, but just the eyes are a little bit more wet right now. I just what I love about football, and like I started Dummies to like I wanted to make everyone a Broncos fan, but I think it has now translated into Sportsball that I want to make everyone a football fan because it brings people together. You can all root for different teams or the same team and have completely different backgrounds. And then all of a sudden you come together because you guys are super fans of the same team. I think sports are the coolest thing ever. And I'm getting a little emo over here. So there you go.
No, me too. And Meg, N23, but I'm assuming Meg of some kind. When Des and I got together to start this podcast, that was one of the first things we said we wanted this to feel like was, Des and I are first and foremost best friends, and we always would talk shop with football anyway. And we just said we want this to feel like 2 friends just talking shop. And we wanted all of our listeners to feel like the friends with us that are listening, and you respond when you're listening. And so it just to have that be received that way is really, really, really cool. So thank you for that comment and all comments, and thank you for riding and dying and listening to my annoying, dumb, graining voice for some reason that apparently
I didn't say that. You said
yes, you
words.
did.
I said listen to Drew's voice. You added all the adjectives around it.
Rams Seahawks.
League catch up, baby. League catch up. I think my parents are trying to nap right now, so this is so good. I'm just yelling in the kitchen. They're like, "Do you have to record here?" And I'm like, "This is my house now."
I was gonna say it's not their fault that their daughter is changing the NFL landscape. You invited me over for the holidays, Mom and Dad. Get in line.
Yeah, I said you can come on the pod. I said you can exist. Life is normal. Life is normal. Yeah. Okay. Rams at Seahawks. Okay. So one thing about Drewski, he always works Thursday nights. So I am the only one that is able to watch these Thursday night games, and not in a bad way. I am saying.
No, I'm bummed.
Oh, you're rolling. You're like upset about it. This was truly. If football fans ever were like, man, I really want to just watch a game. I just want to watch one football game from 2025 season. This, in my opinion, was the top game of the year besides, the Broncos-Giants game. And I'm saying that unbiasedly. I think those 2 games, and I would love to hear what you guys think are the other ones, but Rams-Seahawks, Rams 37, Seahawks 38 in overtime. This was just absolutely unreal. And one thing that the Seahawks, hold on, I'm pulling up my, okay. Oh, did you know? Okay, this was just a quick note. Do you know who the Rams' backup quarterback is?
Nope.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G, where you been, buddy?
Yes,
he just hangs out in California.
Dude, it makes so much sense. If anyone doesn't know what Jimmy G looks like, go look him up, and you're gonna fall in love immediately.
Is he on your list, Des?
Yes, he is. Deserves my NFL crush list. Deserves to be in LA. It's very fitting for him. But speaking of the Rams, the Seahawks, they were down, 16 points? 16 points. They were down 16 points. And the Seahawks ended up winning in overtime. But the Rams, they are 323-1 when leading by 15 plus points in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
In over 323 games, they have won by being up by 15 points until
if you're up by 15
today.
in the fourth quarter, you should win most of the games.
Well, the Seahawks are 0-172 when trailing by 15 points in the fourth quarter. So this was the Seahawks' first record-breaking fourth quarter thing. But unreal stuff. I mean, Kobe Turner, we love Kobe Turner. He's basically High School Musical incarnated. I feel like is how I would describe him. Kobe Turner, yeah, he went viral for doing that wicked dance, the low thing, and he did it in his hotel room prior to a game. and he is a phenomenal singer, was on Masked Singer. We saw him at a podcast show we attended. He has a beautiful voice, and I love it because a lot of people, there's stigma because, and you might say, there's no more stigma. Yes, there is. Literally watch High School Musical. They said, no, Troy, don't sing, you freaking nerd. You can't sing. And he's like, but I must. And that's Kobe Turner. And so you would think, oh, a singer can't be good at football. That's what everyone thinks. Nope, Kobe Turner. This was his night, baby. I believe he had definitely one turnover, if not two turnovers. And he's a defensive lineman. He is just trying to bounce up. He's not an edge rusher. He just is trying to be big, be scary, and he probably sings a couple of things. Well, actually, his thing is whenever he makes a big play, he's the conductor. So he like goes and conducts. That's his move. Anyways, anything about Kobe Turner for you?
No, but you were just, wow. I mean, let her cook. Like, there are times where I'm like past Des the Rock, and this isn't a bad thing. Des took the rock on that one. Des was like, I'm going, get out of my way, shut up for a second. Yes,
but also because you're going to take the rock for a lot of the Sunday games because I was at the game. So it's just only because I was able to see this. So, yes, this also, Puka Nacua. There has been a lot about him this. Wait, why'd you laugh? Did I say it wrong?
No, I'm just like, God, this guy.
No, I thought I mixed his names up. Just like passing the rougher.
Nuka Pakua.
He's just had a rough week. This is just Spark Notes. Went on a streamer's channel, did some things that were offensive. Then also said on. Actually, it all stems from this streamer's video. He said somewhat, or anyways. But the thing that was pretty offensive is he said refs basically. They sometimes do calls to get on TV. The Rams lost in overtime. Some would call it a questionable call. I don't, because of a 2-point conversion that everyone thought the ball was dead. Seahawks player went to pick it up in the end zone because everyone thought it was dead, but it was because it was a backwards pass. I'm explaining this terribly. Anyways, it was a 2-point conversion, and that's eventually how the Seahawks won, eventually later through the game. Puka then tweeted afterwards and was like, what did I say? They want to get on TV or something like that about refs. Brutal week for Puka Nacua as far as personally. As far as on the field, he had a great game.
He did have a really good game.
He had a really good game. And I'm sort of like, Puka, Noah, can you please stop with the off the field bad things,
someone just said he's great on the, like, someone just take his phone. He lost his phone privilege.
Low key, I think that's what oh my god, coach's name, what is his coach's name?
Sean McVay.
He either said it or they said that Sean McVay might enact that, like, hey, you don't get your phone for like a week. Essentially.
I mean, it's funny. It's fun. I mean, now in like the actual legal sense, these are all adults, but like we forget these are children. Like these are like fresh out of college
20-year-olds.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But the thing, are you done with The Rock? Can I take it real quick?
Just about him. It's his third game with 150 plus yards, and that's the longest streak in NFL history with CD Lamb.
Wow.
So sad that the Cowboys have such a gem, and I think this is like, they're the longest team in NFL history to not have a conference or to not show up in the conference game in the NFC are the Cowboys.
Wow.
So it's just unfortunate. So that's all I have. Go ahead.
The one thing I want to say about this game, and we ran into it a couple weeks ago when the Broncos played the Commanders in overtime, is the overtime rules have changed a little bit. Now both teams get the ball regardless, right? It used to be way back in the day, if whoever scored first won. So all a team would need to do is get the coin toss, get a field goal, game over. Wasn't fun. Teams weren't getting the ball. So then it changed a little bit. If you scored a touchdown first, game over. But if you only scored a field goal, then it would go back and forth. Now both teams get to touch the ball unless there's a pick or like a safety. But basically both teams get to touch the ball. What's happened a couple times is the first team has scored a touchdown. Then the second team will get the ball and will go for a 2-point conversion to get 1 point higher and win the game. So what hasn't happened yet, and I'm thinking, because I'm smart.
You're so smart.
happens because it's a separate, the 2-point conversion is like a hard-ish thing to do. It's not as easy as a field goal, and it's more of a difficult play, right? Should the first team that scores in overtime just automatically go for a 2-point conversion because they know that the other team will most likely do it? And now you just create a harder element for the team secondarily. Number one, you score a touchdown, you go for a 2-point conversion. Even if you don't get it, all you have to do is hold them, right? Now, maybe you don't hold them and they score a touchdown, but they still have to go for a 2-point conversion. I just feel like in the day of stats and probabilities, it adds an extra layer of attempted not getting probability, which is a real phrase. And it's just a strategy that I feel like we're going to see at some point. A team's going to score in overtime first, and they're just going to say, F it. We know that you're going to go for a 2-point conversion if you get it, so we're just going to get ours out of the way. And worst case scenario, we tie, which isn't great, but it's not as bad as a loss. I think we're going to see it. Call it here first.
I think this moment is going to be clipped because when you go to become a head coach in the NFL, they're going to clip this moment, and they're going to say, this guy knows something. He's picking up something. And I think you did. I think this is a good argument for you knowing more things than other people.
Honestly, if I once they call it Black Monday, the Monday after the regular season ends and all the head coaches get fired, and I start, my phone starts blowing off the hook, I'm just going to go into my head coach interviews and I'm just going to hold up my phone and just play this clip.
Just play this clip.
And I'm going to go like this.
Drop the pin, their mind's going to be blown, and just watch. A record amount of people in overtime are going to start winning when they get the ball first. So,
but all bits aside, do you think that's an interesting idea?
I do. When you were saying, I was like, well, no, but because then all they have to do is kick the extra point. But if the other team is already going in to score the touchdown, you're already most likely screwed. Like,
exactly.
It's very hard to block the extra point, but it's been done. But the hardest point is just holding them. Mm-hmm. So basically, if you hold them, I think that's a good strategy. Good strategy. We also had another overtime game, Andrew Simon, and that was Packers at Bears.
It's crazy that you say that, and I don't disagree fully, but that you say Rams Seahawks is one of the best games of the season, because I would argue Bears Packers is one of the best games of the season.
Saturday was cinema for football.
Yeah. Because now, granted, I think I saw at one point like the Seahawks had like a 6% chance to win at one point. Mm-hmm. The Bears had less than a 1% chance to win the game, less than 3 minutes left to play.
Oh,
I think
my gosh.
I did some searching and I couldn't really fit. Google AI is not as good as it said. It's told me things that are so wrong that you just Google and it's like, this is the AI overview. Wrong things.
Wrong.
So I'm not confident in this. I believe, and someone's going to say I'm wrong and whatever. Don't worry about that. Worry about the other thing I said that is going to get me a head coaching job. I think this is it's either the second or the first successful onside kick recovery of the season.
I believe it's the first.
Okay, it's the first. And teams have a 4.7% chance to recover onside kicks this year. And if that's the case, this is the only one. But the Bears were down. The Bears score, go for an onside kick, which never works. And then Caleb Williams just had one of the most beautiful passes to ice the game and win the game in overtime. Mm-hmm. I mean, I also work Saturday night, so I missed this freaking game. But I watched the replays and the highlights, and it was plus. Yes, Rams Seahawks are a big rivalry, but counting into the rivalry, like Bears Packers is like one of the old school rivalries of ever.
I mean, yeah, the last win that the Bears have had versus the Packers after ever trailing by 10 or more points ever was 10 points in the fourth quarter was in 1960. So if the Bears are down by 10 or more points in the fourth quarter, the Packers are winning. They have not won in quick math 60 years. Oh God, that almost hurt.
Good job.
Thank you so much. I also think why I don't think this was the game of the year is because my parents ended up going to bed at like 7, 8 p.m. because it was so boring. It was so boring. I was on my phone up until the fourth, but you could have the argument for the Giants-Broncos game, but it was a top game as well. And the Bears, I mean, the Broncos have had a ton of comeback wins in the fourth. The Bears have now, I think, 6 comeback wins in the final 2 minutes. Like the Bears, I think, are the NFC equivalent of the Broncos, because a lot of Bears fans are like, man, it's a heart attack team. I don't know if ever they're going to pull through, but they are. It's a second-year quarterback. We were not great last year. Now we're amazing. Like, there's a lot of similarities I'm seeing with the Bears as with the Broncos. So it's fun to watch.
That'd be a fun little Super Bowl.
Ooh, some second-year little QBs out there.
Just going at it. Also, both blue and orange variations.
Blue and orange. I love it.
The other quick thing that I want to just note on about the Packers, who are just kind of having a rough, I mean, they've lost, the last couple games. Jordan Love left the game with a concussion, and their backup Malik Willis went in and then injured his shoulder late in the game. Both of their statuses is up in the air if they'll play next week. And right now their third string quarterback is Clayton Tune, who was a 5th round pick in 2023 and has spent pretty much his entire time on the Packers practice squad. So just, it's awful injuries at the worst time for the Packers right now. So it's not looking good.
Third string quarterback. No, it's not. And I mean, speaking of third string quarterbacks, that's what the Chiefs have right now.
Yeah, we're moving right into the Chiefs game. Insane
storyline that the Chiefs have been this year. Has been a fall from grace, and not even trying to rub it in. It's pretty, no one in the history could have ever seen this coming. The fact that Gardner Minshew, which is the Chiefs backup, went in last week. The fact that so many people didn't even know who the Chiefs backup was for, I think, ever. I've never literally ever thought about who the Chiefs backup quarterback is. And granted, It's not always Gardner Minshew, but he was in last week. Yep. So Gardner Minshew starting against the Titans. And what happens to Gardner Minshew? An ACL injury, just like his bud Mahomes the week before. Spooky ooky stuff happening over there at the Chiefs. Stuff. Yeah, so
and
now
everyone knows. Des knows specifically your ACL is in your
ankle, knee.
No. Yes,
knee. But now the Chiefs' third string backup is Chris Oladukin. Oladukin. I believe he's a rookie. Question mark?
No, he was drafted. This is like his 4th year, actually.
Oh, well, Chris Oladukin. Well, is this going to be his first NFL start?
Yes, it will be his first NFL start.
Oh man, what a big day for Chris Oladukin against the GD Dimbees, baby.
Yeah,
on
and
Christmas
then
Day.
They also signed. The Chiefs did Shane Buechele off the Bills practice squad because now they have no more quarterbacks. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, Dezel, for all those people who aren't already for some dumb reason, go follow Broncos for Dummies. She'll have a whole preview on this game. And what it's gonna...
I feel like Meg doesn't need to. She's a Giants fan. You know what I mean? Like, I won't subject you to that,
Yeah, sure.
So we got the Sportsball crew. But he's also saying that because, yes, the Broncos play the Chiefs on Wednesday. I mean, this past Sunday, the Titans whooped the Chiefs 26-9. Who would have ever seen that coming? But
on Thursday. Sorry, right on Christmas.
Oh God, I don't remember what day is it. Anyways, on Thursday. But what's really
just
interesting?
For people who would think that there's a game on Wednesday, there won't be.
Okay, cool. So the Broncos haven't won in Arrowhead since November. That can't be right.
I know. I saw that. So we have notes that we look at, and Des wrote November 17th, 2025. Wait.
The Broncos won in Arrowhead. What the helly?
What?
What the helly? God.
Told you Google AI sucks.
It does suck because it's not an Arrowhead. It's the can you go over the Kelsey note real quick while I look this up?
Well, what I do think is interesting and what Des is bringing up is a lot of people are saying that this may be Kelsey's last year. And he even had a thing about it where they asked him, and he was like, "I just want to worry about this game and coming up." But he was really vague, and he said something about like he referred to the team as like secondary. He was like, what they'll be doing, and it wasn't like a we thing. So it is super, super interesting. But if this is the last of Travis Kelce, one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game, or his
Who
last
got the most Pro Bowl votes,
which
out of the biggest player to get all the Pro Bowl votes.
Not this season. Like that was such a legacy vote. Like
I
know.
But anyway, it really was.
Will his last few games be catching passes from Samford graduate Chris Oladukin? I looked that up. He went to a school called Samford. SAMF.
Not Stanford.
No. So everyone's like, "Oh, where'd you go to school?" Samford. Oh my God, that's a phenomenal school. Stanford? No, Samford. You went to Stanford? Anyway,
people ask us where we went to school, and we say UNC.
UNC.
And they're like, "Oh, Chapel Hill." And I just say, "Yeah." Oh, okay.
So listen, what happened to Dez is a thing that happens to all of us. The 1 and the 2 are right next to each other.
They were. So it was the last time the Broncos won in Arrowhead was September 17th, 2015. Not 25, because that would have been this year.
10 years
10 years ago. 10 years ago. So we have not won in Arrowhead in this iconic Chiefs legacy decade run they've been having. So this could be the first time we win in Arrowhead in 10 years. So big game on Christmas, even though it's against the third string. We got to clinch that AFC West position. I believe we can do that if we beat the Chiefs, ? I believe if we beat the Chiefs and the Chargers lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and the Chargers, they play the Texans next. So, hey, everyone, on Saturday, it's 2:30 Mountain Time, 1:30 Pacific. We're all watching the Texans-Chargers game, and the Texans whoop ass on Chargers.
That's a tough game, because isn't there a world where the Texans can still get the number 1 seed too? Or no?
I mean, yeah, I'm more worried about. I just want to clinch the AFC West. That's
no, I know. I'm just like, that's tough. Who?
I would rather the Texans.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because then we face the Chargers the final game.
Yeah.
So that's about it. And then I think for my notes for the Chargers Cowboys, I already said it. The Cowboys going 30 years, but the Chargers have won their 4th straight game. They're on a roll. Let's take them down on Saturday. Let's get into Steelers Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I really only have one thing that I want to talk about, and it's regarding like the end of the game and not really football related. Do you have any like actual football notes about the game that you want to talk about?
I mean, what we said about this game being cinema was the final play, Lions versus Steelers. That ending, it basically the gist of it was the Lions score a touchdown. There was less than like a minute left. They score a touchdown. No, they don't. Offensive pass interference. They do like another play. It's no good. Finally, they have one final play to make this touchdown. Jared Goff. No. Yes, Jared Goff. Goff throws it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He catches it, but he's coming down. He's not in the end zone. He's like 2 yards away. He's falling backwards away from the end zone. He looks up. He sees Jared Goff. He pitches it back to him. Goff runs in, touchdown. As Amon-Ra, he's falling to the ground in slow motion. Holy shit, did the Lions just win? Yes, they did. No, they didn't. The refs literally took like 10 minutes to debate it, too.
And it was another offensive pass interference
pass interference
on Amon-Ra St. Brown against Jalen Ramsey, which it was a pretty weak call. If I would be
really, I think it was so obvious. Like, did you see how far he pushed off him?
No, Jalen Ramsey flopped his little floppy head. I see it as a flop. Plus, there's like these 5 yards where you can have incidental contact, and it looked like it was within those 5 yards, and it looked like it was just normal, like running into each other. And Jalen Ramsey, should win an Oscar for that flop. That's my take. So that's what I'm saying.
Hey, Yeah, and he used to be on the Dolphins. So go ahead with what you want to talk about.
Well, the biggest thing that's coming out of this game is the fact that DK Metcalf, receiver for the Steelers, who is a giant human, has been suspended 2 games for an altercation with a fan. Now, this altercation occurred where a fan was leaning over and talking smack to DK Metcalf. And what's even interesting about this is DK Metcalf has said that he's had altercations or run-ins with this specific fan before.
What?
I think when he played for the Seahawks, he said there's history with this fan. So for anyone that doesn't know, I know. This Lions fan is, at first you're like, oh my God, he hit a woman. He didn't. This Lions fan was wearing like a guy wearing a giant blue, like flowy wig and is leaning over. DK Metcalf walks up to him, grabs the wig or the jersey that the fan is wearing, pulls him down, and then punches him. It looked like he kind of missed him a little bit. It wasn't a clear hit. All that being said, DK Metcalf has been suspended for 2 games and is appealing that suspension. This is what I want to say about this. Should DK Metcalf punch anyone? No. Should anyone punch anybody? No. Should players be able to attack fans? No. That being said, fans will say the most insane, egregious, talking all the smack in the world to these players because they know they are protected by the barriers of the field and they know that they can just say and do whatever they want. If any of these fans were just out in the open at a bar and saw, as I've mentioned several times, some of the strongest, biggest human beings you've ever seen in your life, they wouldn't say a GD word to these players, but they feel emboldened to say and do whatever they want. I am not condoning the actions of DK Metcalf. That being said, I think every once in a while, some of these fans need a reality check. That they can't just say and do whatever they want.
And they need to get punched.
I don't feel horrible for this guy.
They need to get absolutely destroyed.
What do you think, Des? What do you think?
I agree with you. I'm just giving you a hard time because it's
you know what I mean, though?
I do. It's the same as the keyboard warriors.
Yes.
The amount of times that someone comes at me online and I reply and they go, oh my God, I had no idea you'd respond. I'm like, you're an idiot. I have no time for you. Like, you're doing this not thinking that this person is an actual human being. It's the same exact thing. They have the barrier of the football field. Football fans can't do anything. You are right. But I think it's like with great power comes great responsibility. Batman, right?
Spider-Man. Like famously Spider-Man.
Was it? No, Iron Man.
With great power.
I'm just trying to make him mad. I did
one of the last things Uncle Ben says to his nephew before he dies. So yeah, it's Spider-Man.
But my point is when you are a public figure, when you are more in that space, you have to be able to control yourself.
100%
in these situations.
I agree.
And I also heard he did it because the fan called him his full name.
See, and I think that's why DK Metcalf was saying there's history with this fan and maybe he's said other things worse in the past. Now, again, like I said, you have to control yourself, and especially if that's the thing. But this is a larger thing where in all sports, and when I say people will say like the worst things in the world, like there's been accounts of, racial slurs. There's been accounts. There was a baseball player last year that had lost his mother in a horrible accident, and a fan was screaming joking about his mother's death, and it brought this player to tears. And so one, I think we as sports fans freak out and take the most passionate stances on what is just a game, but also these are human beings that are risking their safety and well-being for your entertainment. It's fun to talk smack every once in a while. That's why we love this game, but also your words have words.
That's so, yeah, absolutely, Drew. Basically, just be a good human.
Yeah.
Be a good human. Just let
and that goes to both. DK
play.
Metcalf, be a good human.
Both. But this punch, so he's suspended 2 games, so the rest of the season. Well,
regular
TBD
season.
The regular season. It cost him, get this, $555,000 in lost game checks. He is losing $555,000 as well as more than $40 million in future guaranteed money in his contract with the Steelers.
Because
why, you might ask?
Those incentives.
Because the suspension falls under conduct detrimental language in his deal. It wipes out guarantees tied to any NFL suspension. That includes his fully guaranteed $25 million salary for 2026 and injury protections tied to 2027 that were worth another $20 million. With great power comes great responsibility, and that great responsibility is making sure that you keep that $40 million in your pocket. And Batman said it first. Don't swing at a man in a blue wig. Okay? That's pretty sure what that is. Said. Yes. Okay. We have our final 2 games. It is 1 hour 30. Let's get over this.
The last Patriots Ravens, also quarterback issues. Lamar Jackson left with what is being called a serious back contusion. He left in
knee to the back. Yeah.
He took a gnarly hit, knee to the back. He left right before the end of the first half. Never came back. My boy Snoop Huntley, hate that guy. I only hate that guy because he used to be my backup quarterback last year and he drove me insane. But played okay for the Ravens. Had them. Patriots had less than a 10% chance to win with less than 10 minutes to play, and just Drake May was him, and just cruising down the field, came back, won the game. So another, like we said earlier, not the outcome that our boy Evan wanted, and not the outcome
sorry, Evan,
that Dez needed either. So it was
sorry, Dez.
Sunday did not end well. It didn't start well, and it didn't go well, and it didn't end well. So
it didn't. And then we finish it off with the 49ers at Colts. Now, this was another cinematic game, all right, up until the end when the 49ers were just blowing out the Colts. But what was pretty crazy is this is the second 44-year-old quarterback to start in Monday Night Football ever in history. Who was the first, Drew?
Tom Brady.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that's pretty easy. But Tom Brady was the first. Philip Rivers was the second. It's so funny. They kept cutting to the box where Philip Rivers' family is, and it was his entire family that filled up an entire box because he basically has, I think, 10 kids, and some of them have children. It's a whole thing. It's a whole city. But Philip Rivers, a couple of things I don't think people understand. Like 44, listen, us in our 30s saying 44 is old, that's crazy. When you're a football player, 44 is old, okay? Philip Rivers was 18 years old when Brock Purdy was born. Brock Purdy was born when Philip Rivers was 18, heading off to college. So Rivers, his oldest kid, is 23. Brock is 26. So I saw a meme that was like the picture of Brock Purdy and Philip Rivers next to each other. And it was like, this looks like they're starring in a Disney movie about a father and son who end up playing each other in the Super Bowl. Because it was so, the age difference is wild. Also, what really clicked in it for me is I saw at the end Philip Rivers and John Lynch play, and John Lynch was my first favorite Broncos player ever, and it was showing a clip of John Lynch and Philip Rivers playing together. John Lynch is now the general manager of the 49ers, and Philip Rivers is out there playing ball. So pretty crazy stuff about that. The Niners absolutely whooped the Colts. They show a clip of the 49ers punter, right? Thomas Morstead. And what a punter does is they punt the ball if you do not successfully get a first down. That's what a punter does, right? So Thomas, he hasn't had to punt since November. The 49ers have scored since have gotten a first down every single play since November. Thomas is on the side of the field, just bored out of his mind.
I don't know I don't know if they've gotten a first. I'm sure some of that is like maybe there's been an interception or something, so there's been a change of possession that way, or they've gone for it on fourth down and they've assuming. No, I know. There are other possibilities.
He hasn't had to punt.
Yes,
since November.
that's wild.
Yes. And with the Colts losing, they sent the Chargers to the playoffs. They sent the Bills, Chargers, and the Jags all to the playoffs with the Colts losing. So that is
and then they sent
so
themselves home, which is wild.
So tragic. So tragic.
Months ago, we were like, the Colts are on a tear. They cannot be stopped. They're the best team in the league. And now they are not in the playoffs, and they will not go to the playoffs. It's just wild.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen, Batman.
I didn't know you were such a big superhero fan, Des.
I just quote Batman a lot.
Okay, for sure. I love that.
Okay, great. We're going right past Des and Drew's dumb money bets because
we didn't bet. We needed a break.
We needed a mental health break. That is what Drew texted me, and it was so funny. Drew texted me. He's like, "I need a mental health break this week. Can we just reset and go after betting next week?" And when he texted me that, I was at the craps tables betting.
So if everyone's worried about me having a problem, Des is like, "Yeah, I'll not do that betting because Mama needs a new pair of shoes."
And Mama got a new pair of shoes. She won.
Yeah, hell yeah, Dazzle.
So let's go into our primetime picks. As everyone could have guessed, I absolutely sweeped Andrew Simon, and Andrew Simon did not. Well, he won one game, the Niners, but didn't do great last week. So
yeah, it was a not good game.
Good game, as they say.
Not good game week. So yeah, I lost 2 out of my 3. Des is running away with it. She's got a 16-9 record. Meanwhile, I'm hanging right around 500, 13-12. So it's a big weekend for Drew and Des. So we're gonna do. There's a lot of weird prime time. There's Christmas games. There's Saturday games. So we're doing the evening Christmas game, Ravens at Packers. Then the Sunday night and Monday night. So Bears at Niners. What?
We're not doing the evening Christmas game.
No,
because that's Broncos Chiefs.
Oh.
So we're doing the evening Saturday game because I said I can't do the Thursday night game. It's okay. We're doing the evening Saturday game, Sunday night football, and Monday night football. So Ravens at Packers. And we are going to flip this over. You ready?
Yep.
3,
2, 1.
1.
Oh my God, we wrote the same thing. We both
go Pack Go.
Yeah, so we both picked the Packers. I mean, look, Evan, I love you so much. I love you so much. I would root for the Ravens too. Lamar's not looking good health wise. We all know what Snoop Huntley can't do. So, and the Packers need this in the biggest way. Now, granted, looking at this the other way around, we don't know if Jordan Love's going to play, and we don't know if Malik Willis is going to play. So, it's kind of a toss up. And are you regretting your pick? Because I'm also regretting mine.
No, because the Ravens are down 2 quarterbacks both third string quarterbacks could be playing.
No, 100%.
Well,
and
Snoop Huntley is playing, but so
it's in Green Bay. The Packers need this game,
and they're playing. Yes, they're playing for the playoffs. The Packers are playing for the playoffs. Technically, the Ravens they are playing, but I think they have. What do they have? They have a 9% chance to make the playoffs. The Packers have a 93. So it's just they're playing for so much more. I think the Packers are going to come back with a vengeance after losing to the Bears in that just tragic way. So that's why I have the Packers. The Sunday night game is Bears at 49ers.
This is a big game. This is
guys. Yeah. I hope you're free Sunday night because everyone needs to have their eyeballs on this game. It's going to be a big game. Let me know when you're ready.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. So this was strategic for me. I got to start picking up some wins against Dez, and it's also a tough pick.
So hold on. Drew picked the Bears. I picked the 49ers.
Sorry. Thank you, Dez. This is a tough pick. But I know Dez leans slightly towards the Niners. She loves her boy Lynch, and it's a good pick. It's a good pick. So
yeah, I'm doing it just based off of actually the team and how they're playing. Actually,
but I know you, so I'm going Bears. I need to pick up a win against Dez. That's the only reason I'm doing that.
Yeah, the Niners. I mean, it's in San Francisco, the home field advantage. This was a very on the fence one. I don't think they're going to run away with it. It's going to be a cinematic game for sure.
Yeah,
so
100%.
That is what we have. And then Monday night we have Rams at Falcons. And we are flipping that around. Let me know when you're ready.
Hold on. Okay. 3, 2,
1. Dude, what the hell, dude? Are you kidding me? Drew held up Falcons and I held up Rams.
I have to start getting some games. This is where I'm starting to play strategy.
The strategy is you should pick the teams that are going to win. If you pick the Falcons,
I'm already
you're going to have an
losing.
extra loss.
I know I'm already losing, but I have to pick against you. And I know you and anyone with a brain is going to pick the Rams. And the only thing I'm going to say is this is the time of year where upsets happen. The Browns barely almost beat the Bills. Like, this is the time where the Dolphins are always good at beating the Patriots late in the season when no one cares about the Dolphins. This is the time where this can happen. But I have to go again. I have to play strategy. That's the only reason I picked them.
Dude, that's all right.
Plus, at this point, we're not losing anything other than talking and like smack talk, because Des won't decide what the loser has to do for this.
We'll create a post and we'll let other people decide it.
Okay. Well,
and I'll pin it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I know exactly. So enough of that. So those are primetime picks. Man, oh man, we had a lot to talk about this week. The holiday season is bright and cheery. You know what? Actually, this conversation did make me feel better.
Did or didn't?
Did.
Okay.
Life was looking a little gray, and here we are now.
I'm glad I can make you feel better, because that's what it was. You were talking to me for an hour and a half. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what made you feel better.
Okay.
I think.
Drew, I think you're multitasking right now.
Yep. I'm good at it, though. I'm good at it.
You're so good at it. Okay, well, Drew, I hope you have a very Merry Chrysler.
Des, right back at you. As we get to the end of the year and holidays, I'm so grateful for you and this podcast. I'm grateful for you listeners, sports ballers. Seriously, this has been an amazing year, and we're so lucky to have gone on this journey with all of you. So,
what a fun sports year. And on that note, we have a merry way of ending it. How about this? Ho, ho, Go
Broncos.
Do you get it? Because instead of ho, 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 it's ho, ho, go.
No, and ho and go rhyme together 100%. Makes total sense.
That's how we ended it.
Yep.
But now we're ending it. Right now. Right now.
Ho, ho, ho.